Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in again today. If you've watched any of my videos over the past couple years, you know that I'm a huge fan of these sort of fat, chubby sticks. Whether you want to call them stains or balms, like these types of lip products by far have always been my favorite. I reach for them before lipsticks, before lip glosses. They're just by far the most versatile and easy, amazing product. I have collected so many over the years, and most recently upon the launch of Revlon's new Just Bitten Kissable Balm stains, I thought that it would be helpful to maybe do a review and comparison between the three different types that I own, which are Revlon's Kissable Balm stains, which I just mentioned, the Clinique Chubby sticks, and also the Tarte Lipsurgence lip stains. So I'm just gonna kind of talk about all three of these products and compare sort of how are they the same, how are they different, what's the price point, and sort of how do you really know which one to buy. So the main similarities is the packaging. I mean, they're all very similar in the way that they look. As you can see, the Tarte one is all plastic, has the plastic top. The Clinique one has the metal top and metal bottom, and then the Revlon one just has the metal bottom. But as you can see, in terms of size, they all look almost identical, and also in terms of the thickness of the pencil, I would say they're all pretty much identical as well. They all crank up at the very bottom, so you can kind of administer more product there by cranking up at the bottom. The Tarte and the Clinique ones are both 3 grams, and then the Revlon ones are 2.7 grams. So you're getting a little bit less product in the Revlon one, but in terms of price point, the Revlon one is the most affordable at $8 at drugstores. This next affordable one is the Chubby Sticks, which retail for $16 at any Clinique counter. And then the Tarte ones are $24, and you can purchase those on TarteCosmetics.com or at Sephora or Ulta. So in terms of price point, definitely the Revlon ones are the most affordable and also the most accessible in terms of being available at the drugstores. Point out that the Tarte Lipsurgence lip stains come in 3 different formulas. It comes in the original Lipsurgence lip tint formula, which is doesn't contain any shimmer, but it does have a nice glossy finish. And then they also come in the Lip Luster formula, which, as you can see by the packaging, they added sparkle to the packaging, and then the actual stick has more of a shimmer to it. And then they also come in a matte formula, which I don't own any of the matte ones. I have heard that those are a little bit drying, and I'm just really not a big fan of the matte lip look. But they do come in 3 different formulas, whereas the Revlon and the Chubby Sticks only come in 1 formula. One really important distinction that I wanted to make is that the Tarte and Revlon ones are lip stains, whereas the Clinique Chubby Stick is a balm. It is not going to stain your lips. There are some darker shades that I've used, for example, the Clinique Chunky Cherry, which is a really bright red. This color might stain your lips a little bit just because it's so bright and pigmented, but they're really not designed to be stains. They're not marketed as stains. They have a nice, really moisturizing glossy finish, and of all of the 3 of them, I would say that the Clinique ones, in my humble opinion, have the best packaging and also are the most moisturizing. The Tarte ones claim to be very moisturizing, but in my personal experience, I don't find them very moisturizing, but they do stain, very similar to the Revlon ones. So all 3 of these claim to be moisturizing, but I would definitely say the Clinique ones are the most moisturizing of the 3. And then the Revlon ones and the Tarte ones, I wouldn't consider either of them drying, but I wouldn't consider the Revlon or the Tarte ones extremely moisturizing either. In terms of which one is the best stain, in my opinion, I think that the Revlon one is the best stain. Not to say that the Tarte ones don't stain as well, but in my experience, the Tarte ones wear off and sort of leave a very similar color. So if you compare these 2 colors, which are both Tarte, This one is an orangey kind of color, and this one's a pinky color. But when you first apply these, they will look very different, but as you wear them and they begin to wear off, they'll kind of resemble a very similar color. So I have so many of these Tarte lip stains, and they all look very different when you first apply them, but as they wear off, I find that the color that it leaves on your lips is very similar. I didn't really find that to be true as much with the Revlon ones. I really felt that the stain that it left behind was more true to color. I also think that in terms of pigment, the Revlon ones and the Tarte ones are the most pigmented. The Clinique ones are going to be a little bit more glossy, a little bit more sheer than both of these. Obviously, it sort of depends on the color that you pick, right? Because, you know, a brighter pink is going to be a lot more pigmented than a nude, but I think that between the Tarte ones and the Revlon ones, that the Revlon ones are probably the most pigmented. I also wanted to point out the scent. The Tarte one and the Revlon one both have a little bit of a minty taste, or not really a taste, but that tingly minty feel on the lips. And the Clinique one has no scent at all, no tingly feeling. So if you're sensitive to that, I would go with the Clinique one. But both of these have that kind of pepperminty tingle to the lips. So to just recap some of these similarities and differences, the Tarte and Revlon versions are both stains, whereas the Clinique Chubby Stick is a balm, but it is also the most moisturizing. In my opinion, my favorite packaging is the Clinique Chubby Stick because I like that it has metal on both ends, whereas the Revlon and Tarte ones have plastic. The most expensive one would be the Tarte one, but this one also comes in 3 different formulas, and it also is the most natural, and I don't really know how natural it is, but it's marketed as natural, and it also claims to be the most moisturizing, but I find personally that the Clinique Chubby Stick is the most moisturizing. So my least favorite packaging would be the Tarte one. I have had a couple of these that have cracked on the side, and I just think for $24, that's a little bit ridiculous. We shouldn't have to deal with inexpensive or that kind of cheap packaging that breaks. And all in all, in terms of what one I would recommend to you, I would probably recommend the Revlon one because it's the cheapest. It is a stain. They have great colors. They're widely available, and they're only $8. So if you're looking to try one of these products and you have never tried it before, I would definitely recommend trying out the Revlon one first since they have the lowest price point. And then from there, maybe giving the other two a try. I really like all of them, but I think that the Revlon one, they really just capitalized on something that 2 other brands had already been doing really well. If you're not interested in a stain, but you really like the applicator and are just looking for something really moisturizing, especially for summer, I think that's great. I would definitely check out the Clinique ones, especially since those are only $16. So I hope that this was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, just leave me a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Bye.